Good morning, everybody. Dustin here, back with another video. So good to be back and have you all here. The latest CPI reports for February are in. Inflation has now slowed to a whopping 2.8%, down from 3%. Finally, some sort of relief for the American people. We finally got thrown a card, at least a piece of what we could expect to see for March and the coming months on inflation specifically and the prices of our goods and the rate at which they will raise. This is important as we are trying to come up with a baseline for where we want the economy to start heading and what direction we want it to head. It's nice to see that we were actually under our inflation percentage for the month of February, and we were below target. No matter how big or small, this is crucial. We need to continue to stay strong despite these coming tariffs and remain consistent as a nation to do what we need to do to get the job done. It's looking like Trump's hard work is paying off, and we're only a solid month into this thing. We're already starting to see a few changes in the way this nation is being run, this new administration, and hopefully, yes, hopefully, my friends, in the coming months, we will start to see some big changes for the better. I wish, and it is my hope, that whatever is to come in the next few months only puts you in a better situation than you're in now. My desire is to see all of you striving, thriving, succeeding, and myself as well. So, in the next few months, it's looking like we're going to see these tariffs affect items so commonly suggested, such as whiskey and boats, items we hopefully won't take for granted. But these items are just simply a few common examples of items that we're getting out of country. And a lot of these items have these high tariffs attached to them. But lucky for us, even though we've had over 32,000 factories close, which Trump had mentioned, we are starting to get back to the mindset of making things back in the US again. Common point here, if we make things in the United States, we don't need them. We don't need Canada. We don't need China. We don't need Russia. We don't need whoever. India. This is the common theme. I love seeing made in the USA on our goods, a lot of these goods. Right now, we have the bird flu still taking its hit on us and affecting the price of eggs, up 53%, they say, from a year ago. Absolutely insane. Average price of a dozen eggs now is approaching $9. and only continues to climb. I'm sorry, that's 18 count eggs. Now approaching close to $9. Absolutely ridiculous. The average price that I have seen for a dozen, um, for the 12 count versus the 18 at close to $9 now is $5.90. That's about the ballpark of what I'm seeing. Okay, so in other news, real quick, it's really great. I just wanted to say it's really great to see all these baseball teams now back in spring training, playing down in Florida, and getting in their practice for the main season. A lot of these games have already started. So I have a few friends who are fortunate enough and able to go see these teams play down in the Florida area. And from what I'm understanding, the weather's been beautiful down there lately. So, shout out to them. Um, I know the Orioles really have to work on their pitching this year. I did see some of the Pirates play action, and I was really impressed with a lot of their pitching this year. They have some good hitters as well, and defense is great. They have great basemen and a lot of good people in the outfield. So again, very excited about baseball season this year. It's going to be great. Segueing back into our topic, a lot of people are going to be struggling still. Even though that inflation rate is coming down slightly, we're going to be struggling. Going into ballpark season, it's going to be tough to watch the cost of goods go up, and it's ultimately going to make it more of a struggle for us to be able to afford going to these games and not stressing and focusing on the situation in the economy right now. But the fans, what they really want is to see the economy at a great point and enjoy the game. They don't want to bring all that outside stress into the games. They want to be there, and despite praying, despite paying the higher prices at the ballpark, they do not want to be paying even higher prices from inflation. Okay, you've got peanuts, beer, meat. All of these things are up right now in cost. And if you haven't noticed, business and retail, business and wholesale, and all these other markets are really just struggling right now. So hopefully we can get back into a great spring. I'm really looking forward to that. So yesterday I had watched Trump buy a Tesla from Elon. He ended up buying one of the Model S Plaids in that sweet looking red for his crew at the White House, his team. He had mentioned that they were going to be the ones driving the vehicle and that he has not driven in a long time, but he is actually not allowed to drive right now for some reason. So, very cool stuff. Elon had a few of the models from Tesla parked at the White House, and they were exploring the Model Y Cybertruck and the S Plaid. From what I know, apparently Trump had bought for somebody else that he knew. He was saying, and he mentioned that he had bought a Cybertruck as well for somebody else and was saying good things about that, was mentioning Elon, all good things about Elon. He was mentioning that he was a patriot, He was sacrificing the time with his business that he could be spending to spend time on our country. And the point in the video, later on in the video, there was a point where he really just segued into some questions that other people had. And it was nice to see the press open up a little bit and have some fun with the questions. They were asking him, would you, are you paying cash for this vehicle? You thinking about putting it on a credit card, writing a check? Some good laughs there. And they had mentioned, Mr. Trump, do you want to take this thing for a test drive? And his team showed up next to the press, and it was, a few members from his team, and they were collaborating in the conversation. And it was good to see something so simple like the purchase of a car. It was just an act of great payback and kindness from Trump to Elon for his service to this country. I'm sure Elon has a business he needs to run. He needs to get back to that. He had mentioned that he is going to be with Trump and this administration, sticking by Trump's side as long as Trump needs his help there. And we are going to be having Elon as a patriot and having Elon's help until we get things back on track as a country. So, this is what's been going on. And I'm hoping that this spring we start to see some of the economic flowers, as you will, bloom, and that we get things looking up for once. A drop in inflation percentage to 2.8 is a start. Finally, we see something happening. This is what we've been waiting for. If we can just coast here and bring things down 1% at a time, little by little, maybe we can start to have some breathing room, bring the cost of goods and services down, and really start getting back to the basics here of economic thriving, the basics of a great economy again. Trump has seen Elon as somebody who he trusts to run a business well. He knows how to budget with his business. He's hoping that with Elon's help, President Trump is hoping that they can balance this economy out again and do it just like they had done before under Trump, and make things and make America great again. Folks, I wanted to mention to you all that Trump had stated that he is continuously working to get a lot of these illegals and people who belong in mental institutions and people who belong in jail and prison back to their countries where they belong. And they are in the midst of this process, which has been initiated as a cleanup, as it were. They are cleaning up the mess that was made from the past administration and really just diving deep into not only cutting certain people as far as waste goes, but they are cutting the waste that has to do with people who are illegally in this country or people who are stealing from this current administration and the current nation and American people, the people who cannot be trusted, those are where the cuts primarily are happening. And they're sending people back to where they were initially, their initial countries. Because a lot of them have come here and taken our stuff, and it's not good. So I know a lot of you are here legally, and you're hardworking people. You are citizens who lawfully have come to the United States and have made a name for yourself, and you've started a business. You know, that is what Trump wants. He wants people who are going to help improve our economy. And I must say, from my personal opinion, it is a pleasure to have each and every one of you here, no matter where you're from. If you're here, if you were born in the United States, or you're from another country, or you are any nationality, I really appreciate you being here. If you are somebody who is contributing to the United States and everything it has to offer and improving upon that, if you are part of the winning team here in the US of A, thank you for being here. And thank you for being a part of this country. We love each and every one of you. All right, folks, that is the current update. It is a beautiful day. I want to make sure I get out and enjoy it, but I wanted to make a video for you all and start this process of really just reporting on getting the economy back on track. Here, we finally have some good news, okay? We have some relief. We're starting to see the puzzle pieces being moved where they need to go, and ultimately we're putting the pieces together and the picture is being made. That picture of a whole nation, that picture of a succeeding United States economy, and God continuing to bless the US of A and each and every one of you. Okay, hopefully these prices continue to come down. I'm really counting on y'all to stay positive. I'm trying to do the best I can and hang in there. And I love y'all so much. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. Thanks. Peace.